Just pulling out of Mohawk tonight on our Monday card. Now, obviously, we had a much more productive Monday card last week. Now, in fairness, the Open didn't fill. There wasn't a class for a White Tiger. If there was, it would have been the Open. Resolute Bay didn't go. Renegade Gypsy didn't go. Looks like Money did go, and man, did he go tonight. He looked very, very good. Both those colts in that division looked exceptionally good. Now, I'm a little biased because I was the one driving Unbeatable Kemp. Got away 10th at the 3/4, 10th at the head of lane, and ended up 5th, just beat for 3rd, what a length. 27-1 in the end of it. It was a cold night here. Real cold night here. Not a nice night, and that was a massive mile for Looks Like Money. I mean, truthfully, I just said how well Unbeatable Kemp raced, but take nothing away from Looks Like Money. Earplugs in, 4-5 length winner, 53-4 on a it's -3 before the wind chill, so it's got to be -5, -6 at least here. Cold, and the horse, the colt, look great. Both of them look great. Looks Like Money, I assume, will be evicted from that class. You know, with such a shortage of mid-level condition horses, I don't know where they put them right now, to be honest. I don't know where there's a spot for Looks Like Money. I'm not really sure. That'll be up to the race office next week. It won't be the Open. Backup class hasn't filled. I mean, anywhere in the middle of the card he can do. I know Larry, one of our clients, said, oh, he's too young to be racing. He's not. He might be young, but he is not outmatched in any class below the Open right now. I can assure you of that. So wherever they want to race him, if they can get a class for him, I'm sure we'd be open to that. What else? As I said, Unbeatable Kemp stays in that class. James can drive him next week. I suspect if he draws anywhere south of 7, he's a winner. He's ready to go now. Finished his mile very well tonight. Looked good, felt good, trotting great. That was a good race. LD's Patrick, you know, obviously in hindsight, do I wish I had left and moved out of the 3-hole? No, I don't. I wanted to get a move on before Sylvain removed around that horse, and he may not have, as it turned out. But LD's Patrick, something's bugging him. He's not looking for a fight anymore. Quite the opposite. The thing that I loved about this horse was he was always, you know, he would never back down from a fight, and it just seems like something's eating away at him, and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger. Yeah, his hobbles were tight, but like James and I were sitting there watching the race after, he goes, you know, he won last week. James said, let the hobbles out. We let them out 1 hole. Could have let them out 2, but let them out 1. But I had to remind James, last year this horse wore super tight hobbles every start. Always did. Much tighter than they were last week or this week. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy into the fact that it was the hobbles. It wasn't. I was sitting behind him. When I moved him, he didn't really want to move. But I'm thinking, worst case scenario, I loop to the front. James comes, I let him go. His horse is like 3 to 5. I follow him. You know, as it turned out, it would have been a poor finish anyway, but follow him and, you know, get some money and go back to the drawing board. Mechanically, he still looks rickety, but if we go back and look at the races from last year, which I did last week, looked rougher then, no better. He just doesn't seem like he's got that pop to him. And I can't tell you why. I don't know why. But, you know, I always have to continue to remind people that these are living beings, and usually we can get to the bottom of it, whatever it might be. So we will go back to the drawing board, try to find a better class for him, try to figure out what is going on with him. First thing we'll do is, he's being scoped right now. I don't expect there to be a whole lot there. He didn't really feel like he fizzled out in a hurry. It was just a slow burn right to the finish. So I don't expect there to be blood or massive amounts of mucus. There could be some mucus in there. I could buy that. It isn't lameness. He's trotting now. At no point in the mile did I feel like he might run. So it's not lameness. Yes, we changed his shoes, but I don't hear him or feel him interfering, at least any more than he was before. I just feel a power outage. What was there is not. And it wasn't there for 1 or 2 starts. It was there every start. We raced him, both here and Ohio. Even the day he made a break, he won at the Meadows and then made a break the next week. But the power was there. It's not there now. It didn't disappear. He doesn't have a cylinder that's burnt out. You know, something's eating away at him. So we'll get to the bottom of it one way or another. I know there's going to be a lot of people dump shares or say they want to give up on LD's Patrick. Go ahead. It is what it is right now. There's no mechanical reason for him to be racing poorly, but he is. So, start turning over stones until we figure out what's up. Along the way, we're going to have to find a class for LD's Patrick to do well in. So now I'm not giving up. I'm not saying, okay, turn him back out and bring him in. No. We'll find it. But along the way, he's going to have to do some work. So that means no moving at the quarter pole. No racing him in top. Find an easier race for him if you can. Very red in the throat, trachea inflamed, and mucus. Okay? Still doesn't. Not nearly enough from that. That was the text message from Cindy to me as I was driving down the road. Shh. I'm not supposed to read those. Still not enough. We'll draw his blood tomorrow and figure out what's up with LD's Patrick, but it's only reasonable to believe that if he's sound, not making breaks, feeling more comfortable, we should be able to get him on the straight and narrow. What he is on that path, I have no idea, but we should be able to get him there. So that's where we're at with LD's Patrick. Yes, they can't all be good at the same time. That just isn't how horse racing works. So a great night for Unbeatable Kemp, a great night for, obviously, a better night for Looks Like Money. And it's not like I can say, well, you know, turn the tables and give Unbeatable Kemp the 8-hole and Looks Like Money the 10-hole. I think one still wins. So, in fairness to Kemp, I did think about going out of there for about 20 feet, looked left, saw a bunch of noses where there should be clear air, and decided to retreat. The thing I liked about Unbeatable Kemp tonight was that he allowed me to let him to retreat. Usually, it used to be if you let him get started up, he was really ornery and rude. He's understanding racing now. So I think draw 4 or 5, they're not going to beat him next week. He's ready to roll. So one more horse ready to go. One now will be looking for a class in the middle somewhere he can do. Another one will be looking for a class lower that we can race him in. But nevertheless, the beat goes on here at the stable. Another winner here on Monday night. As I said, wasn't the Monday we had last week, but they rarely are. So we'll keep moving forward. I got to get up tomorrow. Got some babies to train in the morning. I'm going to train them here on Tuesday because I have to train them Wednesday at Northfield Park. Wednesday afternoon, I'll be racing at the Meadows. We have Grace Indigo at the Meadows. We have My Jazz making her first ever Pennsylvania start at the Meadows. And we have our trotter in the open trot that Stacy brought up. To race in the open trot. So I got 3 drives on Wednesday, heading home afterwards. A shorter week in Ohio this week, but nevertheless, Ohio and Pennsylvania, I guess. Nevertheless, another week of racing abroad. So everything looks good so far. Everything is moving along well into the Christmas season. Very happy with the start of the week. Yes, it sucks that Patrick didn't race great, but as I said, he might be regressive. He might be inside there somewhere. But we'll find him. Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of LD's Patrick. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.